Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn Renee McDonald here for Practical Spirituality Live. Today we're going to talk about enlightenment and how things really work with enlightenment. Let me just see here for a minute. I'm just going to light some sage as I always do. Clear off the energy off of me from my travels here. All right. I'm in Virginia Beach today. Good to see everybody. Okay, let's see. Oh, getting this energy off. Okay, so what Spirit has guided me to talk to you about today, I was thinking all these other things or all these other things were coming in, and Spirit's like, nope, today we're going to talk about enlightenment. So, got this big fuzzy thing on my hair here. So that's what Spirit is wanting to talk about. Now, when they say enlightenment, I know I've talked about enlightenment a whole bunch of other times in other segments, but not in the degree that I'm going to talk about now, because a lot of people don't understand what enlightenment is. So I'm going to take this time right now to tell you the truth about enlightenment, how it works. Okay, and just give you the rundown of how things go and what it is, how it works, and this way you have a better idea. Okay, so enlightenment is when you are in a positive, healthiest, happiest space within yourself of love energy, within your higher self, and your higher self, your soul, in its highest form of love, which is Christ consciousness, governs the show, runs the ship, so to speak, and you're in that space 24/7, all the time. Okay, so that is basically the main core of enlightenment. Okay, the main core definition. You're truly, authentically happy in all that you are and in all ways. Okay, the best way to describe and the fastest way to describe how to get there is to do what Christ did. Basically, is to work with the love energy 24/7. In other words, like Christ said, the kingdom of heaven is right here inside of you. How is that? It is because it is in your soul, your connection to God, your connection to love energy in its highest vibration. That is where the kingdom of heaven is, right here inside of you, by working with God, right here in this earth reality, right here in your reality right here. Okay, so that is where your true enlightenment comes from. It's in your soul. It's your connection to God, love, energy, and working in that space 24/7. It's what Christ did. It's totally what Christ did. And all the avenues of spirituality and religion are avenues to get you to the highest vibration, and your actual life and every lifetime you live are all avenues to get you the highest vibe of love energy within yourself and with God, so you can live, be, eat, say, do whatever it is that you are in your reality. Okay, all right, 24/7. Be in the space of love energy and true authentic happiness, so you can live the greatest life that you came here to live. All right, so everything that you are will be from love and be in a love energy space. So by doing that, and you'll be automatically governed from your highest self, your highest soul, your Christ consciousness energy from inside of you 24/7, and you always work with that energy all the time. That's what Christ did. That's the formula for true happiness. Okay, you can get a lot of things and a lot of happiness out here. Absolutely, you can do what you want as a career, what you love to do. Right? You can be happy and have a family. All right, you can have money. You can have cars. You can have nice things. You can you can go running. You can experience life. I mean, so many different avenues of things, and those things can make you happy. But what I'm talking about is not happiness in the moment. Like, I remember when I got my new Jeep, I was like stoked. I'm like, oh, this fucking truck is awesome, right? And I'm really, really happy. And then after a while, yeah, I still love my Jeep and I'm still crazy about it and I'm still happy with it. However, the Jeep brings me happiness, yes, but it is not all true, authentic happiness, which comes from here and works from this space with God or love energy in its highest form. Okay, it is part of that. It can be part of that. Okay, however, all right, that true, authentic happiness, it only comes from working with Spirit 24/7, love energy, and from within your soul. Okay, so by the truth about happiness is it comes from in here. It is not things, and the truth same is true with enlightenment. You cannot have true happiness without enlightenment, and there's variations or vibrations or levels of that. Just from 0 to 100, let's say. Okay, so there's all variations, vibrations of enlightenment, getting there, religions, your life, each lifetime you have, religions, beliefs, spirituality, spiritual practices, all of those things are designed to bring you to enlightenment, to get you on a better, higher next step level with God. All right. So whether somebody's Christian or a Baptist, it's part of the process to get them to grow spiritually in a space of love within themselves. All right. And as they grow, they will release and let go of the old religions, the old unwellnesses, and all of that stuff that, is like the beliefs and the stuff that's wrapped up within that, and all the stuff that those religions carry with them that no longer serves them, as they get in a higher space or a higher elevation of love energy within themselves and grasp onto working with God or love energy more and more and more. And one of the ways we do that is through prayer. All right. Prayer is just another word for talking to God 24/7. Okay. So it doesn't mean that all other spiritual stuff doesn't work as well. It does. You feel what works for you at your vibration, your mission, what you came in here to do with free will, what your soul signed on to do, what your passion is, all these things, all right, work together to get you right to where you want to be in whatever moment you're in and on the path to enlightenment. And this is for me, this is for you, this is for everybody. This is law of universe, okay? So everything here in this earth world is designed to help heal and assist you in some way, shape, or form and bring you your authentic, true happiness, okay? But what they don't teach you out here is that it's right here in here, okay? In out here, meaning this society, this earth world, this vibration of that, all right? They don't know really. They tell you go to school, get a job, have a family, you'll be happy in your life. And really, nothing is further from the truth. Some of those things can make you happy in bits and pieces and parts of, but that is not the full package, the full puzzle. Just like spiritual techniques and stuff like that. The whole core of spirituality is working with God from in here, whatever it is. Religion, spirituality, it's working with love energy from in here, working with that God from your highest self, your love energy space, your heart space, okay? That's where your truest happiness comes from, okay? And that's the space that you want to be in all the time with God and love energy, okay? So this is where what we all strive to be and do and get to. And in terms of like when we talk about religion, there's truth in everything. There's truth in spirituality. You feel what your soul calls into you because at whatever vibration level you are here to teach, as you grow and you teach others how they grow, it's all on your enlightenment journey through lifetimes, through the time that you serve, or the time that you're not served, so to speak, but the time that you are here in this earth world reality, you know, as a love energy being, the time that you do here or spend here. All right. This is all part of your growing to make you a more enlightened individual or being. Okay. So all that said, the goal here is to work with God 24/7. That's how you're going to reach your fastest, truest enlightenment. It doesn't mean that you can't use Reiki and alchemy and it's all part of all of this stuff. Okay. You know, massage, other energy healing, you know, work with different various teachers. You feel in your heart what is called in for you by God, you know, by your soul with God, rather, by your soul with God. And you go and work with that from that space, from love. And you will feel if it's right for you and what's right for you by how it feels in your heart space, in your soul, in your true core emotions, okay? So you will feel that. So you will be guided from that. But the truth is that you are working with God. Your soul, by working with God, is how you're going to bring in all those things that are going to bring you to your enlightenment path, your true happiness, such as, you know, what religion you are or not, where your spiritual path leads you and brings you, what practitioners you work with, what teachers you work with. Your soul ultimately calls in everything for you. And that's what I'm talking about, your relationship with God. The more you work consciously with this love energy and with God, the more you will reach your enlightenment in the fastest way possible. And that's what I teach. And that's what Christ did 24/7. Just work with God. Very simple, direct, to the point. Practical spirituality, working with God, working with love energy. You may be guided to meditation. You may be guided to this. You may be guided to that spiritual thing, right? Whatever it is, there is no wrong here. It's what your soul calls in, raising your vibration, getting you in a different space of love energy to make you and create you to be the greatest you that you came to be, because your soul, who is you in here, all right, chooses to be that, okay? So the other thing that I wanted to tell you about is that the whole world is designed and has this whole makeup of going to God within themselves. It's already in your soul made up. This is why I tell you, anything I can do, you can do. We are all part of that same love energy that is God, okay? So we're all part of that same love energy that is God, okay? So your soul runs the show. All right. So we are all pre-designed, predestined. Our mission is to be happy. Our mission here is to be truly, authentically happy, truly, authentically enlightened, ultimately, and be in that space of love so we can live the greatest life possible. That's what enlightenment is. That's what the law of universe is. The law of universe is being guided by that love energy, working with that love energy consciously, subconsciously, and on all that you are to create your best life. And thank you, God, for that for us. And the best way for us in all is something better, right? All right. So this is how things truly work. So anybody out here in Earth world, that society, that area of society, that's the vibration of society out here in this Earth world. Okay. Anybody who's out here in that space, they are already pre-designed in here in their soul as part of the love energy of all that is God that we are, all right, to get it in some way, shape, and form. I don't care what fucking religion you are, whether you're atheist, you're just a spiritual person, you're just in your heart space, whatever your shit is, you have it in here to get love energy that is God. And how this works is if you don't work consciously with love energy that is God from within here and do basically what Christ did, so to speak, talk to God all the time. Hey, God, you're with me. Thank you. Hey, God, I need this. Hey, God, what about that? Hey, God, what's the truth about this? You see? All right. So just bring it into spirit. You don't have to talk out loud. Talk from in here. Okay. Talk from your soul, from love, and work with this love energy. Listen, hear, see, get all the messages, and you'll know and live the best life you can ever possibly live. Hands down. There's no other way better out there. I don't give a fuck what people tell you. This is the truth. Your spirituality, your highest, greatest, happiest, enlightenment and happiness comes from in here and working with God. Hands down. That's it. And you can't have those things, your happiness, your true happiness, without enlightenment, because that's not how it works. In this reality or any reality, you have got to be working with spirit or love energy to be the happiest you and on that path. And each time your life will get greater and greater and greater. And you ask God, you work consciously, you create your reality, okay? You're in that space. And then you have the greatest life. You clear, heal, and change everything that doesn't work for you with the law of the universe. You create all the greatest you and all the greatest things you want to be. And how do you do that? By working with love energy that is God. So all those other modalities are all part of that your soul, by working with God, brought you to. Like people say to me, oh, I don't know why. I thought of seeing and working with you. I don't know why I did, but I just felt like it. Yeah, that's your soul. On some level, everybody who gets to me says to me, all right, they say, oh, well, I'm such a miserable space. I ask God for help. Ding, 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 right? It's like, hello, did you not see that? Get that? You ask God for help. You created me. I create you. Because I said to God, I said, if there's people who want to get enlightenment and true happiness and we got to change this world, then bring me the people, God. Bring me the people. Let's do this. Because I'm sick and tired of fucking around here in this earth world energy and in miserable bullshit that goes on out here. That is people's unwellnesses in here. Okay? We change how everything happens out here and work with love energy that is God, that is in our soul. We change everything. Everything. Yeah, you need to sit and think about that for 5 minutes. I'm like, I do all the time. I'm like, whoa, wouldn't that be great? Whoa, So really that's the way it works. Okay. So, let's see now. So all of us are pre-designed to get God, to get enlightenment, to get true happiness. All right. I don't care who you are, atheist, hate God, don't believe in God, whatever your crap is, you're a murderer, you're a robber, you're whoever it is, whatever miserable shit you have done. We have all done it in lifetimes. We have all been there or have had the experience, and we're going to a better place with love energy. And the way we get there is with God and love. So you can heal all karma, all time, all that is. All right. And this whole fucking entire planet, right? And you, right? By just working with God all the time and learning how law of universe works, okay? Because this is the truth, okay? If you do what I say, there's no way you can't get there, okay? And this is enlightenment. This is true, authentic happiness, okay? All right. So what happens is if you don't get God consciously and do what I teach or what Christ taught, all right, and get in that space and work with God, right? And work with law of universe, force, which is the law of love energy. If you do not do that, what happens, okay? What happens is your soul brings it to you, and then you have a great, you'll still have a great life in many respects, in many ways, but it will bring you to a space of suffering within yourself. It will create, your soul will create suffering out here till you get the unwellness that is going on in here that is stopping you from being happy, being authentically happy, living your best life, your dreams happening, your greatest health, your greatest you, okay? That stuff that is unwell in here comes out here and causes great suffering, okay? And it will happen over and over and over, all right? This is why people go get married, they get divorced, one person after the other after the other. I have, I have an ex who's on, I think, like his 5th wife, okay? Because unfortunately, and it is what it is, it's all part of his spiritual journey, so it really isn't unfortunate, but it is what it is. The bottom line is, until he heals in here, it's going to be 10 more wives, 100 more lifetimes, however long it takes for him to get that the issues are in here. Clear, heal, change this, work with God to do that, create your best reality. You change you work with God all the time, you change everything. And then there will be no more wives, extra wives, and all that lovely stuff, you know? Lovely being sarcastic, all right? Lovely meaning not really lovely, all right? But there will be no more of that suffering is what I'm saying. Who wants to suffer? It's the same exact reason, same exact example is like when you see people and they're in the ocean and they're middle of the ocean and they're going to get eaten by a shark, all right? Right? What do? They're like freaking out because they see the shark or the shark bites them, and all the people come swimming on the beach away from whoever's out in the ocean, right? And he's standing there, or whoever's in the ocean, and he's getting attacked by a shark. And what do you think he's going to do? He's going to pray, because that's what happens in your space of misery, in your space of your greatest fear, in your space of your greatest unwellness. You're going to call out for God. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's how we're designed in here, either consciously, subconsciously, but that's what happens. And whether you do or not in this lifetime is entirely up to you, and how much is the percentage of suffering that you can withstand that is enough for your soul. Is it 5 wives? Is it 5 husbands? Is it living on the street? Is it being a heroin addict for lifetime after lifetime? Whatever, all these unwellnesses come from in here. All right. They create unwellnesses out here. Who do you want to be? What are your dreams? And all those lifetimes, there's nothing bad about them, but they are mostly entailed with super, super suffering. But the reason they're here, your soul creates them from the unwellness out in here, to get you to see things by sticking it right in front of your face out here, right? So you can say, hey, God, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to feel like shit. I don't want to be miserable. So free me from that now. And thank you, God, for that for me, and the best way for me and all or something better. Okay? When you start doing this and start changing your life, it happens instantly. You start to change you by just asking God. Because when people get to me and they're in a miserable state, usually some form of misery, depending on what degree of misery is their limit. All right? And we're all designed like this, right here in our soul. Like it or not, that's why all this suffering happens. If you don't deal with your suffering and unwellness in here, it's created out here over and over and over. Okay? Like people who win the lottery, they lose all their money because they're in an unhealthy money space. Comes from in here, happens out here. Do you see? Not all people, but those are just some really great examples, and that's why I'm using them. Okay? So, true authentic enlightenment comes from working with God, as does truest happiness comes from working with God, love energy, 24/7, doing basically what Christ taught. Okay? Simple formula. It's your fastest way there, your fastest way to true enlightenment and happiness. The more you consciously work with love energy that is God, the more you will change your life and live the greatest life you could possibly have and be truly, truly happy, and may we all be in that space of love, and be the greatest we came here to be. Okay. So that's pretty much it for today. If you have any questions, please contact me. Lots of exciting, great things are happening in the world today. And I wish you all the greatest things of all, in your lives, and the best things for you, and much love. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.